aspect of getting your house sold is negotiation. That's a very critical point. Somebody makes an offer, we start negotiating about, okay, how much are we going to sell it for? Things like that. We want to make sure that we have good third-party effectiveness. That's me. I'm not emotionally attached to your house. I think your house is great, but I don't love your house like you do. So I can be objective and not get all emotionally wrapped around the axle during the negotiation process. And making sure that everybody's talking on this, that everybody's got their questions or objections answered along the way. And also avoiding conflicts. One of the things I do in terms of the way I negotiate, and I've been doing it for a long, long time, is a win-win. Because if the other person on the other side feels like they're winning and not losing, then they're going to be more cooperative in the whole process. So that's what we want to do. Now, based upon what I've said so far, can you see the importance of working with the right company or the right executive, sales associate in getting your house sold?
Especially in this market. Absolutely.
Yes, it's very important. Here's some things that my clients have said about me. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I don't mind letting my clients, sing my praises. Here's some of the things that they've said about me. You can just read them right there for yourself.
It's good words.
Okay. And they weren't mine. Honest. Didn't make them up. In terms of working with me as an executive, and that's one of the things our company that differentiates itself from a lot of other companies, real estate companies, is that they hire executives. And that's what I am. I'm an executive. And there's a little bit difference between being an executive and just a person who sells a house. First of all, you're going to receive excellent service from me and also from my company. Secondly, you're going to have closings without surprises. One of the things I do is I communicate with you all along the way, and I try to make sure that we preempt any issues so that you don't get surprised at the closing or just before the closing with an issue or a big problem. And also, obviously, that reduces the stress. And in terms of psychologists tell you that some of the most stressful things in your life is death, divorce, getting married, and selling your house. Somebody's going to listen to you. That's one of the things that I really strive to do, is to listen to you and what you want. That's one of the reasons why I asked you those questions about what's most important to you. Because guess what? I want to make sure that we're going to be working on those things top priority to make sure it's done. And somebody who's going to represent your interests here. One of the things that motivates me, I'll just tell you this, that my main goal and my main focus is to serve my clients, and not my salary, but to serve my clients, because I know the salary will come if I serve my clients. So that's why I'm going to represent your interest and be motivated in doing that. I'm motivated. Well, that in mind, can you see yourself benefit like my other clients have in the past?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I'm being easy for time's sake, but yeah. Don't you? I mean, I'm ready to sign up already.
Okay, then. Yeah. All right. By the way, that was great coffee you gave me. I really like it. She didn't make it. So do you see what separates us from our competition? From the other realtors so far that you've interviewed, and I know I'm the last one on the list here.
I do.
You see what differentiates?
Absolutely.
All right. Any questions? Any other questions so far on this?
So far, so good.
Okay. All right.
And what about Keller Williams?
What about it?
Never mind.
All right. Let's talk about pricing, because that's a big issue, and I know that was your number 2 issue. You want the best price. And that's my motivation as well, because I want you to get the best price. I mean, there's obviously a selfish motivation here, because what I make on this is based on a commission. So the higher price I get your house sold for, the more commission I make. But my main thing is I want to make sure that you get the most amount of money for your house that you can get in this market. There's three dynamics in pricing a house correctly. First, the seller sets the price. Secondly, the buyer determines the value. And thirdly, the lender validates that value. Let's talk about each of those. First, determining the list price. Studies show that the number of prospects willing to buy your house is inversely proportional to your listing price. For example, let's say right here is fair market value. Okay, oh, this thing has a pointer under that. But yeah, here. All right. Fair market value is what houses just like yours are selling for right now in the market. Now, if you price your house at fair market value, that means that you're going to get 50% of potential buyers that are willing to buy your house. If it's just below fair market value, say like 10% below fair market value, you're actually going to attract 75% of all potential buyers who'd be willing to offer. And it keeps going up. Now, let's go the other way. Some people think, oh, I need to price my house, 10% above, or 10,000 more, 20,000 more, because they're always going to ask less for my house. So I want to have some wiggle negotiating room. But look what happens when you do that. When you price it 10% above, you only get 25% of the market. That means you're missing 75% of the market. And if you're trying to sell something, you want to get as many potential buyers in there as you can. I'll tell you a story on one of the houses that I sold. It was a corporate reload. I was competing against 4 of the realtors. We did our presentation to the company, and I got the listing. I also, and I asked them some questions, some very important questions right up front. I don't think the other realtors asked. I said, how fast do you want this house sold? They said, in 60 days. I said, what that means is we need to list it, and within 4 weeks we need to have a contract, because it takes at least 30 days to process a loan and get it closed, average. Now it's up to 45, but at that time it was 30 days. I said, you need it sold in 4 weeks, right? I said, yeah. I said, okay, this is where you need to price it. Here's the fair market value. You need to price it just 10,000 below. They went back and talked about it. They said, you've won the contract. I got the contract. We put it on the market, priced it at 10,000 below. It sold in 2 days. And we had 3 people in a bidding war in the worst market in the history of Brevard County. This is the buyer's dream market. But yet we had 3 buyers bidding on that house. And it's because the way we marketed it, the way we prepped it and got it ready, but also the price. And what happened is we actually sold it for more than what it was listed for. So it worked out really well.
Everyone won.
Everybody was winning on that one.
Good.
Here's some facts.
Maybe just real quick for time.
Sure.
Maybe just
blow through
roll
this.
through, just the overviews for because you're getting
Right.
the CMA and then maybe roll
Right.
into the Persuade.
Basically, I'm just answering any objections that Rich and Jenny might have about pricing their house at fair market value.
I want to list my house 25% above the market value.
And you only get 2% of the market. And I'll let somebody else list it, and then I'll see you in a year, and I'll list your house.
He's ready for those answers.
All right. All right.
Ready for the objection.
And here's the expression that don't affect sales price. Another agent said it was worth more, etc. And I talk about those as we go through. And
Very important to do that, by the way, in advance of them even asking it.
Exactly.
Very important.
Yeah.
Being prepared.
Right. And I talk about all those things. And now let's take a look at how your house stacks up against the competition. And then pull out the CMA. We'll go over the CMA together.
By the way, if they don't list, what happens with that CMA?
I take it with me.
Oh, good.
Actually, my CMA, my listing presentation is actually a PowerPoint. I take my laptop with me, and the CMA is on the laptop as well.
Okay.
The pictures on the digital pictures are better than the print ones. So you can, that's one of the reasons why I like to use that, because I can actually see their competition better in terms of what they look like.
Good.
Let's talk about market preparation. Here's another secret weapon that I have that I know of I can count on this hand the number of realtors that do this in a market of over 1,000 realtors, about 1,200 realtors in our market right now. And this is a real secret weapon. Realtors don't realize how important this is. And that is staging. And I highly, highly, highly recommend this to my clients. I'm going to strongly recommend it to you. That is to have a staging consultant evaluate your home before making any changes. And then following her advice as to how to best stage your house to make it the most desirable. I can guarantee you this, if you do this, she will save you between $5,000 and $10,000 in the sale price. I've seen it over and over. And she will cost you about $450. $250 from curb to back fence consultation, and another $200 to come in and help you stage some specific rooms. And she will spend about an hour in your house. She'll go back and spend another 2 hours doing the consultation and preparation, and then she will get back with you for about an hour and go over with you exactly what you need to do. And she will use most everything in your house that you already have here. And if you don't, she'll try to find stuff that's real cheap and easy to get. But this is a thing about her that most people don't realize. She's an expert in this. She was an interior decorator for over 25 years. And she was the interior decorator for Richards Paints here in town. But she has gone to school and studied the whole psychology of marketing so that when she's through, and if you do what she tells you to do, when that buyer walks through your house, they will want to buy your house. To give you an example, that same one that said sold in 2 days, the wife had it a certain way. She really liked it. Rebecca came in, the staging consultant, came in, did the consultation. The wife, after Rebecca gave her the advice of what she needed to do, which was some major rearranging of things and stuff like that, and some minor stuff in terms of what's on the walls and all that, she was livid. She said, I don't know why I have to do this. My house looks just fine. And I sat down with her, and her husband also was thankfully in agreement with me. But we said, look, you just paid her this money to do this. She really does know what she's doing. Just try it. Let's see what happens. She said, okay. So Rebecca came in, and they rearranged things, and I'll tell you, when I walked back into that house, it was a totally different house. And when she got through, Megan said to her, and that was the wife, Megan said, I don't want to leave my home now. I don't want to sell it.
Or she sold in 2 days.
Yes,
right?
You're right, exactly.
Back.
Yeah, she really knows what she's doing. And when my clients follow my advice, average time on the market for my houses is 45 days or less. The average time on the market for the competition is 160 days. Because she really knows what she's doing. We've already talked about getting the home inspection and making sure all those things are done before we ever put it on the market. And when we show you property, make sure all the lights are on, the window treatments are open, the music's on, but no TV. Pets are either gone on a walk or out of the way. And if you're going to be there, you need to go out on the back porch or go for a walk in the neighborhood, because those people coming in to look at your house, they need to be able to talk freely. And when you're there, they feel like they're a guest in your home, and so they can't talk. Also, it avoids you having to interact with that other realtor who might be probing you for weaknesses and seeing how they can negotiate a better price. Got any questions regarding your proposal?
We list this at 5%.
Good question. We'll get to that in just a minute. Other than that question there, are there any other questions before moving forward?
No.
All right. One of the things that I really believe that Frank Borman got it right, President of Eastern Airlines. Our customers will judge the maintenance on our planes by the cleanliness of our tray tables. And the way that your house looks is going to determine what they think of your house.